So real quick before I go into this review, I just wanted to say I'm dedicating this review in particular to Totalbiscuit, who just passed away. I'm sure many of you have heard. He was a big-time YouTuber, though, over 2 million subscribers, and he focused primarily on indie titles. And it's something that I like to do on this channel, is I love to give attention to indie titles, and he was honestly probably the best at it. So rest in peace. My condolences to your entire family. And this one's for you, Totalbiscuit. So today I'm reviewing Oxenfree, a game that is a couple of years old now, but I just got through playing it again and decided to give it a actual review. Oxenfree is a game about 5 teenagers that go to an island towards the end of their high school years, and stuff happens. There's no other way to explain that without spoiling things in this game. As a matter of fact, I'm only going to show like this one little clip here, just because I don't want to spoil anything. It is truly a game you have to experience to understand and to appreciate. And it's pretty fun, I'm not going to lie. The most compelling thing about the game, though, is the story and the characters. Each character stands out. They have their own personality, and you will feel hatred towards some of them. You will love them at times. You will be annoyed at some of them. Looking at you, Ren, looking at you. But that's what makes this game so special, is the character development in the game really makes it feel like an actual story, like as if you're reading a book. It's so good. Not to mention that the visuals are actually really unique. I'm not going to pretend like it's graphically amazing or anything like that, but it is still a unique concept and visual. I like the way they designed the characters in it. And while I do enjoy the dialogue between the characters, sometimes I just wanted it to end and to stop. And unfortunately, like in the case of Ren, when you play the game, if you play the game, Ren has a problem where he just doesn't shut up. And I get it, it's part of his personality, but sometimes I just want to be in the moment, and then he's just there kind of taking me out of the game because he just won't shut up. He just keeps going and 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 going. Another bad thing about this game, and it's not even really a bad thing, is the pacing's a little off. There is a lot of walking in this game, and many I think will call this game a walking simulator, but it's not. It is so much more. The story is excellent, and there's some things you can do, and I'll get to those here in a second, but it's not really a walking simulator to me, although I do understand where they might feel like it is, just because there is a lot of walking in the game. And sometimes when I'm trying to get from point A to point D, and point D is on the opposite side of the island, it can take a good 3 to 5 minutes just to get to my next objective. And that can be a little bit tiresome. Having said that, I was always looking forward to getting to the next objective just to see what the next WTF moment was. A lot of the choices you make also in the game will impact the ending. That's right, this is a game with multiple endings, which automatically increases the replay value because I have now played it through twice, and I've unfortunately got the exact same ending, I think, because I didn't do the right choices, didn't make the right decisions, and yeah, so you have to make decisions in the game, and they will be impacting towards the end, so you have to be careful with what it is you choose to do. One example is at the beginning of the game, you have the option to slap Ren, and man, it feels so good to slap him. But I think if you want that really good ending, you might need to not slap him. I just have a hard time saying no. And then one last thing I want to point out in this game is the radio. You'll get this early on, and the radio is the thing that basically causes all of the characters in the games, their lives to unfold. A simple little old-fashioned, old-timer radio that you have to tune into frequencies. When that happens, get ready to get your mind blown, because it is such a cool concept, and what they have in store for you. If you haven't played this game or seen this game, you're gonna be in for a treat. Now, I should also mention a few other things before I wrap up this review. For starters, the soundtrack is tasty. It is a tasty, tasty soundtrack. I listen to it all the time, especially when I'm driving at night. It is a perfect soundtrack for driving at night. I don't know why, but it's really good, and it really complements the story, and it kind of gives this 80s vibe to it. So if you're a fan of Stranger Things, I kind of recommend checking out this game because I think you'll be really into it. And also, if you're interested in getting a little bit more of the lore in the game, if you go out and you find the collectibles that are scattered throughout the island, they'll give you a little bit more backstory to what is actually happening, and I do highly recommend that because it helps you to piece together the story, because like I said, the story is a WTF story, but it's worth understanding. So in my own sense in my head, it's worth to go out and seek and find every single collectible just so I can understand more about what has happened and what is going on the island. So in conclusion, guys, Oxenfree is a really fun game. I really enjoy it. Sorry the clip wasn't that exciting and it looked really boring, I understand, but I just didn't want to spoil anything for you. Like I said, when the soundtrack's good and the story and the characters are just excellent, you come for the story. You really do. You come for the story and you stay for the ending, and then if you don't like the ending, well, great news, you can replay the game and try to get a different ending. The game itself only takes about 3 to 5 hours to complete, depending on what you're doing and what you want to accomplish. But like I said, some of the pacing is off. It can feel really sluggish at times, and there were times I just wanted to get to the next section and not just move around a lot. But overall, the game is pretty solid, and I am happy, very pleased to give Oxenfree a B on my score. It has earned it. It is definitely a game that 2 years down the road I will probably jump back into again just to see what different ending I can get. Alright guys, that wraps up this review, and I just wanted to quickly say thank you to my subscribers and to those that support this channel. I really do appreciate it. It makes you feel good to know that at least someone watches the content that you make. So I just want to say thank you, and I love each and every one of you. You're beautiful people. Have a wonderful day.
You can do better.